The studio lights of Live with Kelly and Mark glowed brighter than usual that morning, as if they sensed trouble. Producers rushed behind the scenes, headsets crackling, while cameras adjusted their angles. Everyone knew the episode was special. Meghan Markle herself was coming for an in-studio interview. The booking alone had taken months. Kelly Ripa stood backstage flipping through cue cards, her smile tight. "Let's keep this clean, Mark," she whispered. "The network wants views, not war." Mark Consuelos chuckled. "It's Meghan Markle. There's always a little war." The countdown started. 3, 2, 1. The theme music played, the audience clapped, and the hosts walked out with their signature brightness. But under the surface, something tense lingered. Today's guest, Kelly announced, is an actress, philanthropist, and author. Please welcome Meghan Markle. Meghan stepped out in a sleek white dress, confidence in every stride. The audience cheered louder than usual, half excited, half curious about what she would say this time. She sat gracefully, crossed her legs, and smiled, a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. The first spark. Kelly began gently. "Meghan, your new documentary has stirred a lot of conversation online. How do you feel about the public's strong reactions?" Meghan inhaled sharply. "People react strongly to anything I do. That's not new." Kelly blinked at the sudden edge in Meghan's tone, but kept her smile. "Well, that's true. But some critics say." "Critics?" Meghan interrupted. "You mean trolls?" The audience murmured. Mark shifted in his seat. Kelly tried again. "No, I meant professional reviewers. They're the same," Meghan said flatly. "I'm used to being targeted." Mark leaned forward, attempting to lighten the mood. "Hey, everyone gets criticism. Even Kelly gets roasted online." Kelly forced a laugh. "It happens." But Meghan didn't smile back. "Yes, but you don't get the kind of hate I do." The studio fell silent. Mark steps in, and the tension explodes. Mark tried steering the conversation toward safer ground. "Okay, let's talk about your new lifestyle brand. It seems like a big shift from your previous projects." "It's not a shift," Meghan snapped. "It's an evolution." Mark raised his eyebrows, surprised. "Sure, but some viewers said the marketing felt." Meghan cut him off again. "Is this the interview where you twist everything I say? Because I didn't come here for that." Kelly's smile dropped completely. "Meghan, no one is twisting. You invited me because you wanted numbers," Meghan said, her voice rising. "Not because you care about my work." The audience gasped loudly. A producer in the corner signaled frantically, mouthing cut to commercial, but the director shook his head. The drama meant ratings. Kelly sat up straighter. "We do care about your work. But you also agreed to questions. This is media, Meghan. You know how this works." Meghan leaned forward, eyes sharp. "I know exactly how the media works. You pretend to be friendly, then stab with a smile." Mark looked stunned. "Whoa, that's not fair." "Fair," Meghan repeated, laughing bitterly. "Nothing about the coverage of my life has been fair." Kelly put down her cue cards. "We're trying to have a normal interview. But if you're here to fight, that's different." Kelly finally snaps. For years, Kelly Ripa had built a reputation for warmth and control. But Meghan's accusations were sharp, pointed, and live. Kelly exhaled slowly. "Meghan, if you want to discuss your projects, we're happy to. If you want to argue, that's not what we do here." Meghan crossed her arms. "Maybe you should. Then your show would be more honest." Kelly froze. Mark looked between the two women. Helpless. "Did you just call our show dishonest?" Kelly asked, voice suddenly cold. "I called it fake," Meghan replied. The studio audience gasped again. Kelly stood up. "All right. If you're going to insult the entire team, we can't continue this." A producer rushed to the stage. "Kelly, everything is live right now." "I know," she snapped. "And I won't let my crew be attacked." Meghan rose from her chair too. "If you can't handle the truth, maybe you shouldn't have invited me." The moment everything broke, Mark stepped between them, raising his hands. "Ladies, please." But Meghan brushed past him. "I'm done." Kelly didn't move aside quickly enough, and Meghan's shoulder bumped into hers sharply. Kelly turned, outrage flashing across her face. "That's it," she said loudly. "Someone escort her out." The audience erupted, some in shock, some in excitement. Security appeared from both sides of the stage. Meghan stared in disbelief. "You're throwing me out. On live TV." Kelly folded her arms. "You made that decision, not me." Mark winced. "This is not how we wanted today to go." Meghan shook her head, furious. "This show is exactly what's wrong with the media." Kelly pointed toward the backstage exit. "Goodbye, Meghan." The guards gently guided the stunned Duchess off the set. As the doors closed, the cameras kept rolling. Viewers at home watched in stunned silence. Meghan Markle, one of the most talked about women in the world, had just been kicked out of a live TV studio. Kelly smoothed her hair, took a breath, and looked into the camera. "Well," she said softly, "we'll be right back after a commercial break." But the look in her eyes said everything. Part 2 was going to be even more explosive. The moment Meghan Markle disappeared behind the stage curtains, the studio erupted into frantic chaos. Producers sprinted like someone had thrown a match into dry grass. Technicians yelled into headsets, the director barked orders, and Kelly Ripa stood frozen at her desk, hands trembling slightly, not from fear, but from pure adrenaline. Mark Consuelos sat beside her rubbing his forehead. "Kelly, I think we just went viral." Kelly glanced at him sharply. "Oh, trust me, I know." The commercial break timer on their monitor flashed, 20 seconds left. Kelly inhaled deeply. "We need a statement. Something calm. Something professional." Mark shook his head. "We need a miracle." The director shouted, "Back in 5, 4, 3. Kelly straightened her blouse and forced a practiced smile. Back on air, the damage control begins. "Welcome back," Kelly said, voice steady but eyes still burning from what had just happened. "We want to take a moment to address the unexpected situation that occurred." Mark nodded. "Live TV can be unpredictable. Our intention is always to have open, respectful conversations." Kelly added carefully, "Sometimes emotions run high. We wish Meghan well." But the live audience wasn't satisfied. They exchanged whispers, some shocked, others thrilled. A woman in the front row even pulled out her phone, already typing into Twitter. Across the country, within minutes, clips of the confrontation began trending. #Meghan vs Kelly. #Live TV chaos. #Mark Consuelos caught in the middle. The producers watched the monitors with horrified fascination. Meanwhile backstage, Meghan's fury intensifies. Meghan paced furiously near the exit, her heels clicking like gunshots against the tile floor. "I'm humiliated," she hissed to her assistant, who looked like she wanted to disappear. "They treated me like some reality star causing drama." "Your car is coming, ma'am," the assistant whispered. Meghan brushed her off. "I'm not leaving quietly. They think they can push me off their stage and walk away clean." Her phone vibrated non-stop, texts from advisors, publicists, friends, maybe even enemies. She ignored them all. Instead, she turned toward the hallway leading back to the studio. Her assistant gasped. No, Meghan, you can't go back." But Meghan was already marching. The second confrontation. Inside the studio, Kelly and Mark were trying to shift the show back to normal. An awkward cooking segment was beginning, but no one, not the hosts, not the chef, not the audience, had their mind on pasta. Then the side door burst open. Meghan stepped inside. The audience collectively inhaled. Kelly's eyes widened. "You can't be here." Meghan ignored her and faced the crowd. "I need to say something," she declared. "Because what happened earlier was unfair." Security rushed behind her, but she raised a hand. Surprisingly, they paused. Mark stood, playing mediator again. "Meghan, maybe this isn't the right. It is the right moment," Meghan shot back. "Everyone has already formed opinions based on a misunderstanding, and I won't let that be the end of the story." Kelly pressed her lips together. "We gave you space to speak. You chose confrontation." Meghan met her eyes sharply. "And you chose to humiliate me on national television." The room buzzed with tension. Even the cameras hesitated before zooming in. Kelly stepped forward. "You insulted our crew, our team. You accused us of being fake. And I stand by it," Meghan said. "You smile on camera and twist people off camera." The audience gasped again. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." Mark rubbed the back of his neck. "Look, fighting won't help anyone." "I'm not fighting," Meghan said firmly. "I'm clarifying." Kelly shook her head. "Then clarify somewhere else." We're live. The network steps in. Suddenly, a tall woman in a navy blazer strode through the aisle, the network executive, Dana Lively. Usually calm, she now looked like a volcano about to erupt. Stop everything, Dana commanded. The cameras cut immediately. Dana faced Meghan first. You were asked to leave. You returned without permission. That's unacceptable. Meghan lifted her chin. I won't be silenced. This isn't silencing, Dana said sharply. This is security protocol. She turned to Kelly and Mark. And you too, why didn't anyone contain the situation earlier? Kelly frowned. We tried. Dana sighed. This will be a PR wildfire. Meghan stepped forward again. If I could just explain. No, Dana said. This is no longer your stage. She signaled security. Escort Ms. Markle to her vehicle. Now. Security approached, firm but gentle. Kelly crossed her arms tightly, Mark stared at the ground, and Meghan, for the first time, looked shaken. Fine, Meghan said quietly. But the world will hear my side. Dana nodded. They always do. The studio aftermath. As Meghan was guided away, Kelly collapsed into her seat, exhausted. Mark sat beside her rubbing her back. You okay? He asked. Kelly let out a long exhale. I didn't sign up for this level of drama. Mark chuckled. You host live television. What did you expect? Kelly glared at him, then laughed despite herself. A little less than being verbally tackled by royalty. The audience applauded softly, relieved it was over, though secretly wishing for even more chaos. The director called, we're back in 10 seconds. Kelly straightened once more. Let's just survive the rest of the show. Outside, Meghan's silent storm. Meghan climbed into the black SUV as cameras flashed all around her. No words. Just a tight jaw and eyes burning with quiet fury. Her assistant sat beside her trembling. What now? She whispered. Meghan stared out the window as the studio grew smaller. Behind them. Now? Meghan said slowly. We speak. We release our side. And they're going to regret trying to humiliate me. The engine roared, and the vehicle pulled away from the chaos. Part 2 ends with the world waiting for the next explosion.